Hello everybody, it's Timothy here. So this is the first video I'm recording after having actually beaten Final Fantasy 15. Also, if you're one of my students, I know there's this weird obsession with my students following me on YouTube lately. Don't you have like homework to do or something? Don't you have something you need to be getting done? But anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I did mention I was not going to be recording very much of Final Fantasy 15 after having beaten the game, but if I stumble across anything really interesting, I will put it on camera. So we're in an area called the Myrlwood right now. It's up in the very top corner of the map here, and it is a dungeon that I did not encounter in the normal course of the game. So we're going to go through it on camera, going to see what we can find here. This will probably just make one little place session, and that'll be all. You'll probably see a lot of these videos for anything really interesting that I come across. My goal right now with Final Fantasy 15, I don't plan on playing through the game at all. Again, I wasn't like a huge fan of this main story or anything like that, as you probably guessed from the complaining that I did during my playthrough. But my goal is just to get the 1000 Gs in achievements. I'm a huge achievement junkie, so there are a couple things I need to do. I believe I need to collect all of the ancient weapons, or whatever they're called, the Armiger weapons. I need to defeat, or I need to do 80 quests, I believe, or side quests. And then there's also a quest for, or an achievement for beating the Adamantoise, or something like that, which, as I understand it, excuse me, clearing my throat, as I understand it, the Adamantoise is like the super boss of the game. I don't really know much about it other than it's a really long fight, so I don't know how to access that or where it's located or anything along those lines, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I do appreciate you guys coming back to check out some more Final Fantasy, though. This is really what I want to do throughout the entire game, is just explore and run into stuff. And then they decide to give me a super linear second half of the game, right? I am a couple levels higher than when, why can I not cast my fire spell? There we go. I am a couple levels higher than when I, finished the story. I've just been doing side quests, basically. I don't know how many total quests are actually in this game, but, 80 seems like a good bit. So I'll probably be playing it for a while. I am kind of curious about the whole Adamantoise thing, and the reason I say that is, like, if you're a pretty diehard Final Fantasy fan, one of your favorite things is probably the super bosses in each game. They're one of my favorite reasons to play, is so that you can defeat like the big challenges and stuff. So the ones that come to mind, obviously Final Fantasy VII had Ruby and Emerald weapon, which were just the most nostalgic, because that was my first experience with a super boss. Final Fantasy VIII had Omega weapon, which was probably the hardest out of any Final Fantasy super boss, except you could really cheese the fight. There was like a way to make your creature, or your not your creatures, but your people invincible, and it just made the fight super easy. Final Fantasy IX, let's see, what did Final Fantasy IX had? They had Hades. I remember Hades being an optional boss, and also Ozma. Ozma was the big super boss from Final Fantasy IX. And Ozma was a real pain in the butt. It was just this giant glowing sphere or whatever, and he would inflict all these status ailments and stuff like that. It was really quite annoying. What else? Final Fantasy X, one of the absolute most amazing Final Fantasy games ever. In my opinion, I do love Final Fantasy X. That one was great when it came to super bosses, because there was this whole dungeon called, I don't remember what the dungeon was called. It was like the Omega Cavern or something like that. But obviously Omega Weapon was the big baddie, but there was this also like this little fight arena in the game, and it was pretty much nothing but super bosses, like tons and tons of super bosses, and you had to really grind to be able to like defeat any of them, and it always felt like an accomplishment when you beat one of them because of how hard they were. And I think Nemesis was the name of the big guy. From what I understand, in different editions, I think like maybe the European or the national version of Final Fantasy X, there were other big bosses. This dude named Penance that wasn't in the American version that I played, so I never got to fight Penance, but did beat me some Nemesis. Then there's Final Fantasy XII. I really do like Final Fantasy XII. I really enjoyed playing it. I played quite a bit of it, and I think it's a great way of doing like a big scope game, but doing it correctly in a way that this game really didn't seem to accomplish. But Final Fantasy XII super bosses, I remember. I believe there was Omega Weapon in that game as well. It was just like this robot that lasered you to death over and over again. But the big super boss was Yasmat. And if you haven't ever experienced a boss fight like Yasmat, then like go play Final Fantasy XII, because it's an absolute blast. It's what happens is normally when you fight a boss, their HP bar is at the top of the screen, right? So you see how much HP bar or how much HP they have left. And for Yasmat, the HP bar at the top represented 1,000,000 life, and 1,000,000 was pretty hefty for that game. It was like a no joke boss at 1,000,000 HP. But underneath that HP bar were 50 little dots, and each dot was a separate bar of 1,000,000 HP. So overall, Yasmat, this giant dragon thing, had I think 50 million HP, and it would take a couple hours. It took so long to fight him that you could actually leave the arena and come back, and he would still be at the same health. So you could like do it in little chunks. And to make that worse, like the damage in the game capped off at 9999. And I think when he gets to like half health or something like that, he has this permanent effect where you deal 2/3 of the damage that you're doing for pretty much the rest of the fight, and it's pretty crazy. I really enjoyed that fight, and it was a huge accomplishment to take down like a 4 or 5 hour long boss battle. Definitely the longest boss I've ever fought, in terms of duration, not in terms of length. But yeah, those are great. I love the super bosses. I'm rambling a lot here. But hopefully you guys can relate. Like, if you've played Final Fantasies, then you know what I'm talking about. And then if you haven't played Final Fantasies, like, these are definitely bosses you should check out because they're great. Final Fantasy 13, I remember there being this flying thing. It was like this little flying guy, and that was the boss, but you had to be super prepared for him. And, you know, Final Fantasy 13 is not my favorite either. I enjoyed playing it. I definitely enjoyed the latter half of the game where it was more... It's like the reverse of 15. This game went from a pretty much free roaming, wide open game to like this super linear game. And Final Fantasy 13 was the exact opposite, which tons of people complained about when it came out. Like, they hated how linear the game was. But out of a 3-disc game, once you get to the 3rd disc, you're pretty open to do what you want. And I thought it was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed the 3rd half of the game because that's where all the real challenges came in. I don't really remember the game that closely. Oh, the Longuis, right. Basically, the game, if you really wanted to like unlock all the achievements, the game boiled down to just like farming Longuis, which were essentially just adamantoises, right? Giant turtle creatures. And it became like a total hassle to do it, but I do like my achievements. I do like my 1000 Gs, so I'll do what I have to do. Hopefully this game doesn't make me grind for 50 hours to do it. But we'll see what happens. And then, am I missing anything? I remember I didn't play much of like the older Final Fantasies. 1, 2, I played like the anthology version, and they were great. I remember them having bosses, but I don't remember what they were. I want to say like Gilgamesh and something like that. I don't really know, but Yeah, they were fantastic. As for this dungeon I'm in right now, it seems like it's gonna be pretty small. Like this looks. Should I just go this way? Why does it look like I'm? Oh, I am backtracking. I was like, why does it look like I'm going the wrong way on the map? It's because you are going the wrong way on the map. Yeah, I'm hoping to encounter some cool stuff in the post-game for Final Fantasy 15. A lot of the praise for this game came in or was geared towards its post-game content. One thing I still have to check into, which I still haven't really found out about, if you guys remember during the main storyline, in the dungeons, there were a lot of like hidden locked doors and stuff like that, and I never actually found out how to get through those. I still don't think I've required any keys or anything that I'm aware of. Oh, Treant. Are you the boss? Are you the boss thing here? Level 38, though. Oh, this thing might be the boss. Oh, I think it is. There's the, whatchamacallit behind it. Oh, missed it. Alright, let's go with the Armiger. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, right? Alright, I guess I should shut up and focus on the boss battle for, like, just a few seconds. Guess I could also take the sword off. Nice. I don't see any warp points here. Alright, this guy's almost down. If this is the boss, like, this was just an easy dungeon. Maybe this was just a dungeon that was, like, thrown in there and could have been completed earlier in the game and I just never got around to it. Obviously not necessary for the main storyline, but this boss isn't that far off from the Bandersnatch thing from the other dungeon. I mean, please, I haven't even died yet. Yeah, he's dead. Acquire the power at the Royal Tomb, and then I guess we'll go see what's down this direction. Well, that was easy. And things almost... Hoo-hoo. Well, I believe there are 13 total, and in the main story, I want to say I got 7 of them. This will make 8, so that'll be 5 more to go. I do need to acquire all of them for the main story, so hopefully that's a lot of what you'll see. Oh, what is this? That looks awesome. This is a lot of what you guys will see in the post-game content videos that I post up. So if you're watching this video, that's probably what you can expect. I do plan on recording the fight with the Adamantoise when I run into it. I'm going to try my best to stay away from like guides and just kind of go in and see what happens, but I'm open to advice. If you guys have faced down the Adamantoise in Final Fantasy 15, I'm open to anything you guys might have to add. That's of course assuming that I post this video by the time I get there, which may not be the case. But if you do, I hope you're still enjoying the series despite having, or the game despite having already finished it. And I mean, hey, I get to like sit here and just like actually say positive things about the Final Fantasy 15 universe, right? Or the Final Fantasy universe, I should say. Not a lot of positivity towards this game. And I'm done harping on it. You could probably tell in the last episode that I posted, the ending episode, that there was a good amount of disappointment that I felt in this game. And I don't know yet whether or not I'm going to be purchasing DLC for the game. I think some DLC just came out today or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but the game didn't strike me like so profoundly that I feel like I'm going to go out of my way for DLC. Huh. It's like a little checkpoint. Yeah, I'm not going to put you guys through that. Hunt Abyss Worm. I mean, I guess I should fish here, but I'm not going to. Oh, right, that's another achievement that we need, or, you know, in order to get the full list of achievements, each of the character's skills have to be bumped up to the maximum level. Like photography, cooking, fishing, and whatever Gladiosis thing is called. Scavenging, I don't know. But, not particularly close there with the fishing yet. I do not enjoy the fishing in this game, which sucks because a lot of people in the reviews are like, "Oh, the fishing's a really fun pastime." Like, you don't ever beat Ocarina of Time for fishing, right? And you only did that for the heart piece, so let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Where's the, Oh, I was gonna say, where's the lightning energy? Oh, the lightning's full too? I completely missed that somehow. As you can see, I've been learning to, actually use my elemancy correctly. That is, combine it with real items, and I found out that if I combine it with these coins or these like little debased things, you get an EXP bonus, which seems awesome. I do want to make sure I'm prepared for any endgame content, so I don't think I've rested a single time. Like, I haven't been to any motels or haven't camped or anything like that. Just so I can build up my XP. Or EXP. And, I mean, that may be it for this dungeon, guys. I'm not seeing anything else here that's really pushing me one way or another. So, well, guess I don't even have to run on back to the entrance, do I? Nope. So, there you go. That's the, what's this place called? That is the Myrlwood Dungeon and the Treant boss. The Treant. I'll do some fishing off screen. But anyway, thanks for joining me again, guys. I hope to do a few more shorter videos like this. Hopefully with maybe a little bit more difficulty in it. Not too difficult. I don't want some like endgame nonsense that happened. But I would like to be prepared while also being challenged. But anyway, thanks for joining me. My name's Timothy, and I will see y'all next time.